You guys, I'm sorry. Did I spoil? I didn't spoil because she's not actually dead. She has another face. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be ranking my top 10 favorite anime series. So I won't be talking about any spoilers because this is almost like a recommendation if you haven't seen one of the shows that I mentioned and maybe it sounds interesting to you. You may or may not agree with my ranking system, and that's fine. We all have different preferences, so be nice in the comments. Don't spoil anything in my comment section, please. I'm sure you've definitely heard about some of these shows because there's a reason why they're popular. It's because they're good. So we're going to start with number 10. I'm going to give a brief introduction to the show, and then we're going to work our way up to my top favorite anime of all time, which will obviously hold the number one spot. Coming in at number 10 is The Promised Neverland. So this anime takes place in an orphanage, and the leader of the orphanage is this lady named Mother. And there's all these kids, obviously orphans, and every once in a while, Mother will choose one child to be adopted. Now, what the kids don't know, but we'll soon find out, like the first episode, that they actually are not being adopted like they think, and it's actually something super dark and twisted that's happening to these kids. And other kids find out about what's happening about the true adoption. And so the whole premise and the whole like action of the show is these kids, some of the smarter older ones, are trying to make an escape plan for all of the kids and escape Mother and whatever Mother has in store for them, right? There's lots of twists. It's pretty dark sometimes, but it's a really cool anime. I haven't seen many like it. It still gives really good character development, even though we are talking about kids here. It's a really good show, and it's about 2 seasons long. So if you're not looking for something super long and you also want something more than just one season, it would be a pretty good, easy watch. But yeah, that's number 10. Let me know what you guys think if you've already watched it before. Again, please, no spoilers. So next on our list, coming in at number 9 is Soul Eater. So it was pretty popular, so I'm sure some of you already have heard about it before. It's only 1 season long, so if you haven't seen it, definitely worth a watch. So in this anime, in this world, there's an assassin who wields a weapon, right? And then we have a person who actually has the ability to transform into a weapon. It could be a slashing device like a sword, it could be guns, pew pew, but a person can turn into the weapon and then they partner up with a person who is an assassin who wields them as the weapon, right? And so they basically go to this assassin academy where they're in school learning how to be really good assassins, right? However, there's also this thing called the death scythe, and it's like the ultimate weapon, right? And the way to do that is you need 99 evil souls and one witch's soul, right? So we have like different characters. There's like multiple main characters and their assassin and then the weapon. And they're basically trying to become the ultimate death scythe. And that's pretty much the storyline, right? It's 1 season long, so you get the gist of it. It's pretty good. I really liked it. I wish there was more, right? I wish there was more. So that's kind of why it's at the 9 ranking. I ended up feeling like it was a little bit unfinished, but I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still some sense of closure to the show. I wanted more, you know? So coming in eighth place for me is My Hero Academia. That's a really popular one right now. I don't know if it's still going on because I'm not fully caught up with it, but I mean, I like the show. It has a really basic, interesting premise. You know, it starts off like a lot of shonen animes where you have like this kid and he wants to become like the strongest fighter, and this world that they live in, they all have powers, right? Everybody's born with the power, or most people are, and the power they call a quirk, right? Everybody has like a different quirk. And so depending on what that quirk is, that would be your power, and you can develop it a little bit more. You can have like certain things that will help enhance your quirk, your power. And so they go to the academy to learn how to become like the ultimate hero, right? Where they could use their power to the best of their ability and become like, they have like a ranking system for the strongest heroes, and that's what they want to be, right? So but some people, like 1% of people, are born quirkless. So that's our hero. He's quirkless. He has no quirk. So how does he enroll in the academy? I don't know. You'll have to watch. I'm sure most of you already know, but I love that trope. I love like the underdog becoming super powerful and good. So if you like that premise and you haven't seen it yet, this is your sign to go watch it. I'm sure you have. Everybody's watched this show or is watching it. I know I am. I know there's a lot of die-hard fans for this show. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's just a very classic trope, you know? So I didn't want to rank it too high because it doesn't really have anything that really sets itself apart from other really popular shows that I'm going to talk about that I think just have the edge up on it, you know what I mean? So, anyways, that's my number 8 spot. So, coming in my 7th place slot for me is another one season goodie. It's called Akame ga Kill. And it's a group of assassins called the Night Raid, and it's one of those like anti-hero stories. I love anti-heroes because you don't know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. I mean, of course, we're rooting for the Night Raid, but again, they're a group of assassins, you know, and assassins aren't necessarily the good guys. But, anyways, doesn't matter. So, they wield these weapons called Imperial Arms, but this specific type of weapon, it's like almost like alive, right? Like they have to choose you. There's all different types. There's like organic ones where it's literally, again, it's like alive. It's like this little thing that will like fight with you or for you. And then there's other weapons that's like your classic like suit of armor. Maybe it's a slashing device like a sword. I don't know why I keep saying slashing device. Maybe a cool laser beam gun thing, you know, a big pair of scissors. I'm not kidding. It's good though. I really like it. It's one season. It left you wanting more, but this one does have more closure than Soul Eater, the other one season one. So I don't know. It's a really solid watch, and there's really cool peaks. You know, like really good character moments where you're like at the edge of your seat, you're biting your nails, and yeah, it's cool. I really like that show. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. I think it's popular for some people. I think some people saw it, watched it, loved it, maybe forgot about it. It's definitely worth a rewatch, you know, if you already watched it. But yeah, Akame got Kill, guys. I really like it, and that's my 7th place slot. So coming in 6th place, you know him, you love him, Naruto. I know this one's super popular. It's like the classic OG shonen anime. It's like the anime. It's one of the first animes I've ever watched. It really got me into it. It's too many seasons, let's be real. It's too many seasons long. There's a lot of filler episodes. You can like look up canon non-filler episodes on Google if you want to watch it, but you want to actually watch it without watching like some of the silly, stupider episodes. I like them, you know, they're fun, they're cute, but sometimes you just want to watch things that are part of the actual plot. You know what I mean? Again, really popular. I'm sure you guys know it. It's the world of the ninja, all right? The ninja way. And it's one of those classic tropes of a kid, everybody doesn't like him, and he's powerless, he's the weak one. But actually, he's not. He's talented in his own right, and he actually has like this power inside him, the nine tails that he is able to utilize and become, you know, the superstar ninja that we see all over television, animes, everything. It's like the anime. It's like Pikachu, Pokemon, and Naruto. I feel like those are like the big ones, right? Anyways, I liked it, and I'm biased, but I think there's some controversy with that one. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will talk about it. But yeah, that's my number 6, and we're halfway through the list already. So coming in 5th place is Arc the Animated Series. I think it's an anime. I mean, it's an animated series, right? It's an exclusive Paramount show, and so far they've only done one season, but it's really good. I really like it. It takes place on an island, and on the island is dinosaurs, and there's like people on the island that are trying to survive from scary dinosaurs and sometimes not so scary dinosaurs. And each of these people are from random points throughout history. So, of course, our main character, she's from modern times. I don't know if it's 2024 or 2023, but she's pretty cool. She studied and researched dinosaur history. So, that's why she's our main character. But there's also really random people. Like, there's like this war lady from China. There is this, not a scientist, like an alchemist from old English times, Britain times. I don't really know, guys, but there's people from all over the world at different points in history, and it's very interesting because you'll just have to watch to find out. I don't want to say too much because this one could be spoiled, but it's really cool though. It's really cool if you like that, if you're into like sci-fi animes, and this is definitely like a niche one. I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. It's called Arc, the animated series on Paramount. If you haven't seen it, go see it and then let me know what you guys think. I like it. I'm like a little science nerd, so for me, it's like a really good watch, you know. That's why it's ranked up pretty high, and it's cool. I don't know, it's cool. Watch it. So in fourth place is another really new anime. They just finished their first season, and of course it's gonna be a second season because it's doing so good. Maybe I just hyped it up, but I feel like it's definitely worth watching if you haven't started it yet. It's called Kaiju Number 8, and it's a really cool story of these people that want to become strong soldiers that fight the kaiju, which is like these like I think they're like alien monster type of things, and they're big, they're dangerous, they're powerful, and depending on who you are as the person, I think it's kind of random, but it could be genetic too. I don't know. They haven't talked about it much, but everybody has like this innate power, like this innate ability to become potentially a good soldier, right? And so our story, our main character is about a guy who does not have that talent, right? But he's always had this dream of becoming a really strong soldier that fights kaiju, right? And so he ends up unlocking this power. I'm not going to say what it is because that's like part of the story. That's like why you need to watch the show. But he ends up being able to actually become potentially a talented soldier. I don't know. You'll have to watch. Anyways, so that's our guy Kafka. That's his name, Kafka. Kafka. Really good show. It's on Crunchyroll. I'm sure it might be on other places. I don't know if it's a Crunchyroll exclusive, but again, they just finished their first season and they're definitely going to come out with the second season. It's really good, guys. If they have to come out with the second season. It's too good and there's too big of a cliffhanger for them not to, right? That would suck. Honestly, I would remove it from my list. Actually, I wouldn't. So my top 3 animes are pretty popular. So if you were looking for recommendations, this is probably your time to like and subscribe, but leave. If you're here to judge me and to tell me like, oh my God, your rankings suck, I don't like your rankings, then you probably should stay because again, these ones are popular. And if you're just curious to see like what my favorites are, here we are. Coming in third place is Black Clover. I know this one's a really popular shonen. There's a reason why they keep doing these types of animes like Naruto, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, because the stories, they're good. We love an underdog and we love watching them become the top dog, you know? So, of course, I'm sure you guys have seen this one, but this show is about these two orphans, and one of them has zero magic and the other one has literally like royalty level magic. And this is a world where magic is super important and it's pretty rare to have zero magic, but this kid has it. But he has something else that gives him an edge, right? So if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it because that's part of the fun. Basically, in this world, there's like these magic knight squads, woo, where you are magic knights. You're just like these like strong, powerful magic people that fight evil, you know? But in order to get onto these squads, you have to earn your way on there, right? So that's part of the story. And these two kids are trying to, they're like each other's rivals. They love each other. They kind of hate each other sometimes. They don't hate each other. They're like, it's like the brother relationship, you know? Basically, they're trying to become the top, and the top dog is the Wizard King. He's the most powerful magic knight. That's their goal. Who can get there faster? Da 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 da. There's a bunch of evil stuff happening. They're trying to stop the evil, but they're trying to climb the ranks. They need to stop the evil to become at the top. You guys get it. You guys should just go watch it. And if you've watched it, I'm going to stop talking because you already know all this. So in second place, Attack on Titan. I'm sure a lot of you were seeing this coming. Bless you, Mango. This show is so good and so well written. This show, literally, I can't even say it without spoiling anything. The beginning is the end. It's crazy. You know what I mean. If you've watched it, you know what I mean. I feel like the ending is super controversial, but I feel like that's good. It makes people, the people are talking about it. People are like, this is my interpretation of it. No, this is my interpretation. And that's like the fun of it. The show is very good. It definitely has super dark elements. It's like this world where they're on an island. Bless you. What's going on? They're on an island and they have these walls that are protecting them on the island from these giant humanoid titan things that are eating them. But they have these military people called scouts that they scout beyond the walls, you know, trying to figure out the meaning of titans, how to destroy titans, just trying to learn as much about titans, titan origins as they can because they're a dying race. Like the humans are dying from these titans, and it's up to the scouts to pretty much discover why, how, where, and can we end this, right? So our main character, well, there's a few main characters. They are kids and they eventually join the scouts, and we're just following their story, and I'll leave it at that. You guys know this is one of the most popular animes of all time. It's very good. I'm curious to what you guys have to say about it because I know the ending was really controversial. Honestly, I like the ending. I know a lot of people grow to hate our main character. Some people understand. Some people are like annoyed by the writer's choice to turn our character into what he's turned into, but whatever. It doesn't matter. The show was good. You guys know it was good. Attack on Titan, number two. It took silver. Are you guys ready to know my number one favorite anime of all time that I actually have two tattoos dedicated to? Alright, Avatar The Last Airbender. You guys, I may be biased. I'm definitely biased. It's my first anime I've ever watched. Is it even considered an anime? I'm considering it an anime because for me it gives that vibe, you know? Book 1 water, book 2 earth, book 3 fire. Of course I wanted like a book 4 air, but they're all dead. That's not a spoiler, but they're all dead. I would have loved actually though like a Zuko and his mom origin side quest type of thing. Not origin. What's the opposite of origin? Death? Death story. Is she dead? No, she's not. You guys, I'm sorry. Did I spoil? I didn't spoil because she's not actually dead. She has another face. This show was so ahead of its time. The characters were very well developed. The storyline was perfect. It ended at just the right time. Like, it didn't need any more, any less. Of course, I would have loved the Zuko side quest, but that really doesn't matter. The show itself was just so good. And I loved the premise of it all. You know, they live in a world where there's these benders and they can control water, fire, air, earth, and they all have different like culture. It's just like the show has just so much like meat to it. I don't know how to explain. Those of you who have watched it and loved it, grew up on it like me, you know what I'm saying, and I don't really need to sit here and explain it to you and explain why it's like my number one show. And if you don't understand, then I would love if you would just like leave. Let me know if you guys have watched the live action show they put out on Netflix. I watched it. There's some things I like about it and there's some things I don't like about it. I would love to like have a discussion with you guys in the comments on your opinions about it. We're not going to talk about the live action movie because that was just disrespectful and distasteful and did a huge disservice to the show and the culture within the show. So we're not even going to mention it. So don't bring it up or I'll block you. Can you even block on YouTube? I don't think you can block on YouTube. Maybe you can. I'll delete your comment if you say that you liked the movie. But anyways, you guys, I love anime. I feel like anime is really cool because it pushes the envelope for a lot of different shows. People think that animated series are predominantly for kids, and yeah, they are. But you guys, like, there's really good shows that have these really interesting plot lines and characters, and it's just really fun to get into them because you can do so much more with an animated series than you can with your regular like actors and live action types of films and shows. There's just way more imagination and flexibility with it. So if you guys haven't watched any anime, I definitely would recommend my number one, Avatar, to start you guys off. It's like it's barely even an anime. It's really just like a cartoon with really interesting everything. So I'm sure you can tell from my rankings list that I don't know a lot of animes. There's probably some that you wish I talked about, but that I didn't talk about it. Please tell me, please put them in the comments. I would love to check them out. I'm definitely on the newer end to watching anime than probably most of the people that are going to click on this video. So yeah, let me know your opinions. I would love to check out new shows. I'm always on the hunt for new shows, but thank you so much for watching. Um, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.